Hey everybody, Ron Spomer back with part 3 of my 25-06 Mysterious Rising Bullet program. The last one we did, we shot very carefully off of a bench rest out to 300 yards, and we were still landing quite a bit higher than was called for by our trajectory tables. So what we figured out was that the fore-end pressure is probably what's doing it. I did a little more research into this rifle. The fore-end is indeed attached to the barrel through the sling swivel stud. So the varying pressure on there is just like resting your barrel on a hard surface. So I need to shoot off of my hand for consistency or off of whatever I'm going to use in the field, and that for me is usually a shooting stick like this. So they could be variable as well. So what I want to do today is shoot off of these and off of my hand, off the bench completely. I want to mimic what I would be doing in the field. My deer hunt is coming up here in a couple of days, so I'm just going to double check what's going on here. What I am guessing is that we'll strike a little bit lower now that we're not bouncing off of that fore-end like that. Now, some people will say, well, that's silly to have a rifle that you can't depend on because of some pressure, but there are a lot of rifles like this. It's pretty much got to do with a two-piece stock. With one-piece stocks, you can use the stock to insulate the barrel action from whatever pressure point you might have. So, stock like this, they're found not only on single shots, but on all lever actions. So you've got stocks hanging off there and you press that lever action stock against a post or something, you're going to probably get a higher hit than you would normally if you're just hand holding it. But then again, we don't usually use lever actions for longer range shooting, precision shooting at long range. And a 25-06 is obviously a flat shooting long reach rifle, and I should be able to shoot easily out to 300, 400 yards, maybe even 500, but I'm going to try to keep this thing inside of 400 yards and probably 300. So let's see what it will do shooting off the sticks and then off my hand. And I'm going to use my same 300 yard target as the last times, but this time I am back to what should be the actual 300 yard distance or closer to it. Last time I had moved my bench forward and forgotten to take a new measurement. From back here, it was 300 yards when I set it up. So let's see what we read. Bingo, 300 yards. And again, our uphill angle is only 5 degrees. It looks like worse than that. It's not bad at all. It really doesn't account for anything. And I have my chart here in my pocket. Let's just look at that really quick. And I ran this with the pretty much accurate numbers. So 5,360 feet. And the uphill angle, I put in 10 degrees and we're only at 5, but that's not going to make any difference. And the humidity, I left it at 70% because we got a big rain again yesterday. The temperature, I had 59 and we're closer to 50 right now. And I think we're just about as precise and accurate as we can be. The ballistics coefficient, I think we're going to leave it at what the manufacturer suggests, which is a G7 of 165. And we're just going to shoot and see what happens. This is predicting that I should only be about 0.18 inch, less than a quarter inch drop at 300 yards. We're going to see if this different setup spells that difference. I built some new hand loads with the remaining bullets I had from 92 grain hammer bullets. They're shooting extremely well. I'm really looking forward to using these on deer, but this is it. I don't have any more to load up. I do have almost a half box up in the office that I'm saving for the hunt for sure. So we'll be free to shoot a few of these up just to see how well we do. So let's get started. I've got another lens on the long-range target so we can get that cool trace. These things really leave a smoke trail because they have mineral oil from the machining of the bullet. They carve these bullets on a lathe. So they've still got some machining oil up in the hollow point, and it makes for the coolest smoke trail of that bullet going in. And I remember to put this guy on slow motion so we should catch some really cool vapor trails. Hey, you've probably heard me talk about our Patreon community. Well, today I have some exciting news. RSO travel mugs. Right now we're giving away limited edition RSO travel mugs. And to get your mug, just go to patreon.com/Ron Spomer Outdoors and sign up for an annual membership at Tier 2 or above. But that's not all. We have additional gifts for people who sign up for Tiers 3 through 5. All of the details can be found at ronspomeroutdoors.com/join-Patreon. These mugs are only available to people who sign up between now and the end of the year, and then poof, they're gone forever. So hurry on over to Patreon.com/Ron Spomer Outdoors and sign up today. Get your travel mugs. In a bit of a hole here. It's the worst possible position to be in for shooting, for me anyway, is uphill when you're sitting. But I've got a bit of a tree behind me. That should help some. Got some grass sticking up out there that I need to avoid if possible. Yeah, this is not the steadiest. And once again, I'm shooting with an 8-power Leupold scope. That's my top end, so it's a little challenging to see that target, and it's wiggling a lot more than it did on the bench. So I will have to concentrate, guys. And I gotta get that shadow line balanced out in the scope so I don't have any parallax issues. It felt good. That felt good. We'll turn everything off. We're going to run clear out there to that target and see what this bullet hole is before we shoot the next one offhand. And we may shoot several more, but I just want to get an idea of where this is hitting. Oh, pretty nice. So we can check the target from my previous shows. These are the 300-yard hits from previous tries. These are the 200s. And this one was, I can't remember what that one was, but this is the one we just hit. And this is where I was aiming. So either I got really lucky or we're doing just about right. So the chart predicts that my hold here should have fallen about there. We're less than an inch off. Man, this is pretty encouraging. So I think we solved it. Even shooting off of those sticks is not as hard as pushing off of that tripod. So now I'm going to try a handheld one. I'll probably be lucky to hit the paper at all, but boy, this just makes you really feel well. This is going to work at 100 yards, at 200 yards, at 250, at 175, all the way up to 300, and then I'll probably be about right here at 340, somewhere in this range. I've got a dead-on hold on a deer's chest. That's easily a deer's chest right there. Crazy. I'm going to plug up some holes here before we go in. Got to leave the orange showing, but I'll just put this black one there. This guy here. That is nice, though. I'm really encouraged by that. And, I think I can remember these guys. I've seen them so many times. Let's run on back there, or limp on back there, and take that offhandish shot with no support. Wish me luck on that one. All right, that was pretty encouraging with the shooting sticks. And that shot really shows why I love these tools. Those shooting sticks have helped me make some pretty long shots over the years. But now we're going to get down to the real basics, unaided other than this back support. And I always recommend a good back support. And one of these days I'm going to use the backpack, and I promise to do a show on how to use a backpack for steadying yourself. You get the right one, it can really help. But for now, let's just use what nature has provided. I'll get my ears on. Let my heartbeat settle a little bit from that long walk. And we'll see what we can do. Might take a couple shots out there, maybe even 3, but I also want to try one at 100 yards here, just so I can see if that's going to strike any lower than it was doing off the bench. It really doesn't matter all that much at 100 yards if I hit dead on or 2 inches high like it was doing. But it's always good to know your rifle inside and out. Okay, get squirreled away in here. Get my legs up. Get that support. Whoo, baby. Yeah, don't expect me to hit the bullseye on this one. This shows me once again why I like shooting sticks. Oh, man. Oh, man, my heart's still pounding too much. I might launch one here, guys. Bear with me. That wasn't bad for elevation. I felt like I was about 2 MOA to the left when it broke, but we're going to have a long walk out there to see, and the light's going down pretty quickly. So let me try one more, And I'll try calling that shot as well. And then we may have to take the target into the house, get some light, because it is really getting dark quickly now. We'll shoot one more out there just to get a feel for a rough group. That one felt pretty fair for windish, but maybe a bit low. That'll be fun to go see what I hit. So now I think I might just entertain that 100-yard target. Got to remember where the bullet holes are on that thing. I've got an open slot, I believe, on the right side lower. If I can find a cartridge. Didn't I have another one in here? Oh, there it is. Got dropped into the paper. Need to get a sleeve with some rounds on the stock. That's the way to do this. And on this one, yeah, I guess I'll go just in the seated position unaided here. Got a little grass in the way, but that shouldn't be a problem. I don't know, it looks like I hit the bullseye on that one. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go get the targets. We'll find some place where it's bright enough to record. Maybe we can still do it out there. Bring those in and wrap this up. But I think we've got this thing solved. And I am loving the way this rifle shoots. Hey, here's our 100-yard target. Here's where I was aiming. And, you know, I was swirling around like so. Circle of confusion. That's the trick to shooting offhand or any sort of an unstable position, is not to try to hold it precisely on that spot, but get your circle minimized as you're moving around with your scope, your wiggle. Just get it down to the least bit of a wiggle you can and squeeze off your shot. Don't try to push your shot and rush into it. So I was expecting it to land here. It lands here. Dead deer. Let's go see what 300 looks like. I don't know if you guys can see the mule deer above the target. They were lying out here on this hillside while I was shooting. Yep, there she goes. What are there, about 5 or 6 of them down here by the trees? There's a bunch right there. You can see how much that shooting spooks them. Oh, I'm pretty happy with that. So I blew off that sticker that we'd put over this one, so I guess my shot was there and there. Boy, my elevations are staying nice and consistent, aren't they? I'm liking that. So there's the Dakota Model 10 single shot falling block rifle in 25-06, shooting 92 grain all copper hollow point hammer bullets that are performing beautifully. Now, if I miss my deer, I've got no excuses. Hey, thanks for watching. This is Ron Spomer. I invite you to subscribe to our channel. It really helps. And we, of course, thank our patrons on Patreon, as always. And we've got some new things popping up we'll be talking about soon for you guys. So stay tuned, and we'll be doing some more shooting, more hunting, and more cartridge reviews here on Ron Spomer Outdoors. Thanks.